My name is Robert Riley. I am from a town 30 miles north of Cincinnati called Middletown. Just one of them towns that's poverty stricken, not much there, full of projects, trailer parks, ghettos. You're always just watching yourself in survival mode, doing what you can to get through the day without finding yourself in trouble or getting killed or shot at or just running for your life. My dream was to play basketball, to get out, but that didn't happen. So I just basically became a product of my environment. If it was bad, I got into it. If there was trouble to be caused, I was a part of it. I became rough and tough. I ran with a very small group of guys. There was 5 of us that we trusted each other with our life. Instead of letting people beat on us, we started beating on people. That was my reality. That was my truth. What brought me out of it is the most amazing thing happened to me. I had a little girl for the first time in my life. I fell in love. I was in love with something. I loved her more than anything in the world. I just knew that I had to be better for her. All I ever wanted to do one day was just say, "I'm proud of you, Dad." That was it. That was my whole goal. She was about 2 years old. Started having panic attacks. I started stressing. Because I really had to look. I had to worry about more than myself because I always had her with me. And where I'm from, you always got to look in the shadow. You always got to look around the corner. You always kind of got to know what's going to happen before it happens, as strange as that may sound. There became a time where it just got too much, and met a buddy who told me about dive school. So I had $100 in my pocket, and me and my friend hopped in his car and headed for Seattle, Washington. And yeah, that was the start of a whole nother life for me. It had its good moments and its bad moments, because when I was in school, I missed my daughter so much that I didn't think I would make it. She was everything to me. Then I met the most amazing woman who actually is my wife today. But when I met her, we were opposite in every way, shape, or form. I remember I was leaving for Christmas, flying back home, and I was not going to come back because that's how bad I missed my daughter, even though I didn't tell Brianna that. Where I'm from, I mean, you really don't date. But she told me she loved me before I got on the plane, and that threw me for a big loop. So when I got home, of course I got my daughter, but all I could do was think about Brianna. I ended up going back to dive school, finishing dive school, married Bree. We got married. I started working overseas, diving, flying ROVs. And I was in Malta, and there was an accident and pretty much mangled my leg and my back and the right side of my body. 2 back surgeries, punctured lung. I had 3 knee replacements in 5 months, and one of them got infected real bad. I was in bad shape. It never got better. Man, the pain and just everything. Everything was a mess at that time. My body, my mind. I always tried to will myself through everything. I had nothing left in me. I was laying on my couch where I'd been probably sleeping for the last year because my leg was in a machine. One night about 10 o'clock, I just had enough. Nobody was around, and I just cried out and said, "God, you give me the will to get up. I will change my mind, my body, everything." 3 a.m., I woke up wide awake. No pain, no nothing. And somehow, I got right up to my feet. And all I could think about was, well, you got to go to the gym. You're on your feet. You got to go to the gym. Snuck out in the garage, snuck in my car, trying to be real quiet, not to wake up my wife or my son. It didn't work. That started my journey, about 6 years ago. I never stopped. And I started getting to know God. I just gave everything to him. And he rebuilt everything. Took care of my family when I wasn't working. Rebuilt my body. I had doctors tell me, "You probably won't be able to walk. Man, I know you're not going to be able to work." When I did go back to work, it's diving. That's unheard of. But that's what I'm doing. It's all because of God. My main thing is I want to be doing what God wants me to do. I'm not chasing what Rob wants to do anymore. For me and my family, we are doing what God wants us to do because that's who we serve.